ISP SLAs, which seem relevant to me at the moment. How does the solution, can the solution enforce that? How does it deal with that sort of relationship?
Yeah, and what's funny is that is a tough one, right? It is tough to prove to an ISP that it's their fault, but it's the data, right? The data, by providing the data, showing exactly what IP addresses are involved, allows them to see exactly where the problem is. And so oftentimes you may not get hey, we're sorry, but you might get it fixed just by providing enough data.
All right, I like where that's headed. I want to make sure I understand the difference between active monitoring and synthetic monitoring. I know you covered it, but if you wouldn't mind just touching that briefly again.
Whenever we hear synthetic in kind of the network world and in kind of our space in tech, we typically think of just the web side. And so one of the things that I've been fighting over the past few years, and really a part of my career at AppNeta, is making sure that people understand synthetic monitoring is just the idea of creating traffic in order to monitor a network. And it comes in two forms. There's network synthetics, where we're actually sending test packets out. And there's web synthetics, where we're looking at kind of throwing a workflow together to automate a browser, right? To automate a client and make it look like we're actually browsing a website, right? We need to do the same thing for the network side. And so when I say synthetic, I am thinking people are generally thinking of web, not network. But when I say active monitoring, I want to take all of those into account. So active monitoring is any type of technology, both of those type of synthetics and a few more, that actually sends traffic in order to monitor the networks. And so that's sort of a slight difference that I wanted to make.
Yeah, well, with regard to active monitoring, I think that's, for me anyway, one of the things that I want folks to take away from is how to start preparing for that. I mean, what should people be thinking about as they're beginning a conversation, hopefully with you and AppNeta, with regard to active monitoring?
Yeah, I mean, it's really about being honest of where your blind spots are, right? If you don't have visibility into cloud environments, then we need to look at what the dependencies are there. Are you using specific SaaS apps? Do you have your own environments there? Where's the blind spot on the cloud side when you're going into a troubleshooting or a triage workflow? Where do you not have data? I think most people don't have data in the ISP, in the transit environments. A lot don't have it in the cloud environment. And so making sure that we're kind of honest about where those blind spots are allows us to figure out which technologies are best when it comes to providing that visibility and driving into an observability solution.
If your business would like to be featured in a future event, contact us today.